like to show you how I've assigned a lot of the controllers with the using of Axis and O's, which is a great program once I've learned it, or once I've gotten it to where I can use it. And in doing so, we're going to be using the dual starter switch from Desktop Aviator, the the Alpha, Honeycomb Alpha, the Honeycomb Bravo, the I don't even know how you say that. This device here. And then from Desktop Aviator, I also have the 3 pull switches over here for climate. So to start off, in the turbine, what I've done was I've created these to be for the rocker switches. So let me zoom in on the rocker switches really quick. And the way it works is I'm just going to be turning from off all the way over to both of it. So using the right engine, the first click turns on the wean pump. The second click turns on the ignition in the white rocker switch. The next position turns on the starter. And in the last position, once the engine's up and running, I would go to that, and that will turn the generator on and turn the ignition to auto. Or sorry, ignition to off. So now the plane is configured after starting. The same thing for the for engine 1. For the light switches on the down here, basically, to go from what I've done is I've just configured both the nav and the beacon to be in the up position instead of off. Normally in a regular plane you'd leave the beacon on anyway, so the nav I'm just doing the same thing for. So basically, when I do turn the beacon switch on, it actually turns it down to beacon and recognition. And the same goes for the strobe light. When I turn the strobe light up, it goes from nav to strobe and nav. For the nav light here, and the second one over, that's just panel lights. And then landing and taxi are the same down there. For the unused bus of the avionics, that is the inverter, where it goes to the main inverter. Battery, avionics are the same. That takes care of that. Over on the rocker switches over here, they're mostly are heat. So going from left to right, the first one is going to be the windshield heat. The second rocker is going to be for the fuel vents. Turns those both on. The next rocker turns on the prop heat, and then one over we have the pitot heat. The last two, I haven't assigned this one here. The last two, this is the blower for the environment, and then the last one is the pitch trim for the autopilot. For the climate controls, I've kind of used these for knobs instead of so to start off, this right here, as I pull it all the way out, is going to let's see if you can see it here, turn the mode switch. So by pulling it all the way out, brings it all the way to blower. So I can sit there and set that to wherever I want by doing that. The next one, this is going to be for the rate of climb. So I've got that where as I pull the knob out, it moves that little guy right there. And that's just that. The last one is for the throttle. What I've assigned that to is a cabin aircraft pressurization. So as I pull the cabin, or as I pull the throttle out, I can sit there and adjust for the altitude, for the pressurization. And one of the things that's kind of nice about this is you have the lock. So if you tighten that down, you can sit there and make that stiff, so it's not going to move. So once you've set the pressurization, you don't have to worry about bumping it or something like that. Over here we have for the air, and that opens up the ram air gate. This is the heat for at altitude. And then the last one is the defrost, which is over on the pilot side. So that takes care of that. Throttle prop mix are the same over here, and pretty much everything else. But that gets me a lot of stuff going. Parking brakes down here, and the autopilot I have for over here, as well as these work as well if you want to use those. So that's a good start to getting everything assigned. Once I have the air manager gauges over here, that'll make things a lot better.